Good morning, second grade math students. How are you doing today? It's good to be here with you. Okay, let's get started. We're still working in our unit of adding three-digit numbers, our place value unit, numbers in base 10, and we are on the last lesson, lesson 10.7, and it's on page 457. And we are going to look for patterns to help us solve numbers, help us solve problems. Right, so for this lesson you need your workbook, and you will need your place value mat, and you'll need your whiteboard and a marker and your blocks if you want to use those, or you can draw blocks with your marker and your board. And I've written the I can statement here, and let's read it. I can solve problems and explain patterns I see, patterns I notice, okay? I can solve problems and explain patterns I see. And we're on 10.7, and the page number is 457. Okay? All right, let's get started, and I have some vocabulary words I'm going to review with you. And we are reviewing patterns, and patterns just means something that repeats. Place value is shows where the digit is and what value that digit has in the place value columns. And then strategies, and we've been practicing partial sums, and we have also did a little bit of breaking apart numbers. And this goes without saying, you can use your base 10 blocks, you can use to model, and you can also draw an open number line to help you model the problems. Right, let's get started. And the solve and share, they're asking you to solve these problems any way you choose, and they have 63 plus 28, and they have 263 plus 128. Okay, so making a T-chart, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the similarities and the differences. Okay, what's the same and what's different? And then we're going to solve them. And we're going to solve them, and I'm going to solve them for you doing partial sums, and I'm going to do the partial sums the way they do it. In a column instead of the way I do it, and I've been showing you, but you're going to do the way that works for you. Okay, so we have 63 plus 28. So first we line up the place value, and then we add the we'll add the ones. So 8, 9, 10, 11, and we'll put 11, and this will be the ones, and we'll write ones there so we don't get confused, and then we'll add the tens. So 6, 7, 8. 8 tens is 80. And then we'll write tens there so we know what that is, and then we'll do our sum line and the plus sign, and then we'll add them up. And I get 91. Okay, and then I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to do the 263, and I'm going to line it up with 128 in the place value. And then I'm going to do the ones first. 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I'm going to write ones, and then 6 plus 2 is 6 tens, and 2 tens is 80, and I'm going to write tens. You see how I'm always lining it up in its place value, and then I'm going to 200 plus 100 is 300, and then I'm going to write my sum line and write hundreds so I don't get confused. I know what it is since I don't have a grid, and then I'm going to add it up, and I have 1, and then 90, and then I have 300. So what do we notice? What are the similarities that we notice? What are the patterns we notice? So take a second to think about that. Okay, and so here we have a 2-digit number, and here we have a 3-digit number, and that's what's different. Okay. But there are some similarities, and the ones are similar, and the tens are similar. So ask yourself, how can knowing this help us solve that? So how can knowing the 2-digit number how to solve that lead us to this answer. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in the visual learning there. So turn the page today, and we're going to be on 458. And let's erase your whiteboard. And if you want, you can use your place value blocks now. And he's asking, how is adding 3-digit numbers like adding 2-digit numbers? So the 2-digit number is 24 plus 36. And the 3-digit number is 324 plus 136. So we're going to solve the 2-digit number first. And we can solve it break apart numbers, we can solve it with the number line, or we can draw our blocks. So if we draw our blocks, we have 24 and 36. So I see that we can add the 4 and the 6 and make a 10. And then we add up the 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 60 and 0 ones. So if that was in our place value chart, we have 3, 2, and 4, and 3 and 6. Okay, so one more time, 6 plus 4 is 10, and we move it over and we have a 10, and then that leaves us with 0 ones. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 6 10s. So now we add in the hundreds, 300 and 100. So we have 324 and 136. And we add up the hundreds, 100, 200, 300, 400. And we have 460. So the 10s and the 1s didn't change. It was just that it became a 3-digit number because we had 300 and 100. 300 and 100. So knowing the 2-digit number is going to help you. Knowing how to add those 2-digit numbers is going to help you when you're adding the 3-digit numbers. Because the 1s and the 10s place value in these equations don't change. Okay? So there's one other model they're making here, and they're doing an open number line. So if we had an open number line and we started at 24 and we're adding 36, we can add the three 10s. So we have 24, 34, 44, 54. One more time, 24, 34, 44, 54. We write the 54 there, and we add our 10s. Okay, then we still need to add the 6 ones. So we have 4 plus 6, that's the next 10. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So now we've added 6. So if we're thinking about the 3-digit number, we can think about what I told you about the hundreds grid and how that repeats in each group of hundreds. So we have the 2-digit number and the answer is 60. So now we can think about the 3-digit number, the 300s and the 100, and that equals 400. So we would add that in, the 460. Okay, and noticing these patterns is going to help you do addition more quickly and more efficiently, especially as the numbers get greater and the digits get greater. And now we're working in 3 digits. All right, and so that's it for today. You do have a lot of explaining to do in 10.7. There's a lot of space for you to explain your thinking, so really think about it. And I recommend that if you can't explain it with the strategy that you used, go ahead and use another strategy to solve it. So if you can't explain it using the number line, go ahead and explain how it works using partial sums. by adding the tens and moving it over. Or go ahead and draw the base 10 blocks. And then just explain each step real simple. I combined the 6 ones and the 4 ones and made a 10. Okay? Real simple. Don't overthink it. Just say write out the steps. Okay, and I will assign these on Pearson as well, and if you need to look at the Visual Learning Bridge on Pearson, you can go ahead and do that if you need a review, or you can watch this video again. Right, so complete lesson 7, and when you're done with all the lessons in this unit, take the test. The test will be open for the rest of the month, so take it when you're ready online. Okay, and next week we're going to start subtraction, and we'll do subtraction all week. And now at the end of the week I'll assign the subtraction test as well. Okay, let's go ahead and read the I can statement one more time. I can solve problems and explain patterns I see, and I like to say I notice. All right, take care, have a great weekend.